we're out working with Molly. Molly actually had pretty severe fear and anxiety. Very fearful. In fact, would not eat. And now, so it was interesting. You can kind of see her wanting to go check things out. Once we got over this, so the first thing we do with dogs is we work on building up their confidence. Once we had built up her confidence, then we started to have the issue of she was super curious and wanted to go explore, and so then we struggled with impulse control. Oh, good. Hello. So impulse control is a much better problem to have than fear and anxiety. So it's taken a little while because you actually work through fear and anxiety completely opposite of the way you deal with impulse control. I'm working with a new piece of equipment here that's supposed to make a smoother video. There's a little bit of a learning curve with it. There we go. So, whoops. So anyway, it was almost like two completely separate training programs because we were doing certain exercises and certain things to help build up her confidence. And then once she became confident and and she started eating really good. Once she started eating really good and becoming confident, then she didn't want to just lay down. She wanted to go explore, say hi to people, check out new things. So then we had to work on that as well. And so we're still having there's some remnants there. There's, when they finish these boot camps, nothing is a habit. They know everything, and it just takes some consistency by the owners to follow through with what the dog has learned to get to the point that it becomes a habit. So this is actually her first time here. So she's pretty curious about everything. Whoop. Very nice. Hopefully this machine is working and taking all of my shaking and steps out of this. Oops. There we go. She's been really fun to work with. And things like the nervousness and the anxiety, it's something you can't force. You can't make a dog be confident. You can only work with them and encourage them and do exercises that build confidence. But it's ultimately up to the dog, and it takes as long as it takes. You can put too much pressure on them and they'll shut down. So anytime that happens, we have to back off a little bit. And pressure can be anything. Pressure, asking a dog to do something for a treat is actually pressure, because the dog is no longer getting it for free. Depending on the level of anxiety, some dogs are not willing to do that at first. So it's not worth it. I will just not eat. So when that happens, as a trainer, we have to back off, because we want them to be happy, have fun. And when you try to push them too hard, it does not build up their confidence. You're going to shut that dog down. Good. So she's doing really well. Pretty happy with how she's turned out. Whoops. A few little things that the owners will need to continue working on to follow through with her. But she's doing good. She keeps trying to come see me. Oh, get a little, there we go. So there's some of the impulse control issues. So this is a great thing to do with her, is to put her in a downstay where she has to control herself and learn to ignore everything else. If the dog controls itself, it is never able to escalate their, whether they're excited to go see something or reactive or whatever. If they're controlling themselves, they're keeping themselves in check. Anytime we hold back, restrain, or put a barrier on a dog, it is allowing that dog to just, escalate to the highest level possible, because they don't have to control themselves at all. So that's when you see the dogs pulling at the leash, freaking out in a crate, trying to get out, or all those situations. So for impulse control, I love this right here. Is doing a downstay with distractions around and where they're just controlling themselves. She's doing a really, really good job. You're totally fine. You can come through. Okay. A lot of people are afraid to come through. For Hollywood or something. Oops, can we follow her? Oh, here we go. Very nice. All right. She's doing a great job.